Thank you for choosing ORTM1 to be informed and to learn English with us. This is the time of your English program of every Saturday and Sunday. We start this program by Mali News. First, top news. The economic and financial situation in Mali is not bad despite the shock recorded internationally and within the UEMOA. Announcement of the governor of Bissau visiting Bamako. Jean-Claude Cassibrou was received by the president of the transition, Colonel Assimi Goïta, this week. End of week of the 27th edition of the Democratic Questioning Space. A total of 599 files received. Payment of debt, land, and access to administrative documents were among other questions. Mali, Burkina Faso cooperation, which is strengthening in the judicial field. Magistrates from the Faso Court of Cassation were in Bamako during a discussion session with the Supreme Court of Mali. The two courts share experiences in the matter of cassation technique. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ORTM News. Let's talk about the economic and financial situation in Mali. The governor of Bissau welcomes the good level of indicators despite the shock recorded internationally and within the UEMOA. Jean-Claude Cassibrou, visiting Bamako, said this after his interview with the president of the transition, Colonel Assimi Goïta. He also informed the head of state of the opening in Kai in 2024 of the third auxiliary office of Bissau. Jean-Claude Cassibrou speaks after leaving the hearing at the microphone of Ibrahim Traoré and Angel Dambele for the translation.
Since my appointment as governor for Bissau, it was important that I met transition president to talk about the evolution of the economic situation. We talked a little about the solutions for growing in the region, which are still sustained in the agricultural and mining sector, and all the questions related to the financing of the economics. This is an important subject, so we were able to share these questions. It also allowed us to keep in our minds His Excellency Transition President advices. We also took advantage of this appointment to make Transition President informed that we have practically finalized the constitution of our third branch agency in Mali. We'll open another in 2024 in Kai for the authorities at approximately just a time where we will be able to proceed with the opening of this agency, which will strengthen the network of central bank agencies throughout the country. And it will allow the central bank to support banks in all countries. Kai is a place of strong expansion with many credit banks, a best place for economics development. There is a good relationship between Bissau and Mali.
Prime Minister Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga successfully received in audience all and livestock feed producers and victims of rare disease. All producers are worrying about the application of VAT on their product, while victims of rare diseases are asking for more solidarity from the nation. Report Alfsen Touré and Gassou Jara.
Association of Oil Production and Livestock have come to see the Prime Minister in order to talk about the reduction of the tax for them. We have come to see the Prime Minister to talk about our problems. The tax is expensive for us to pay. After that, we talk about the distribution of the cotton. We have shared with him other topics. We have discussed with the Prime Minister for a long time. After that, we have gone to ministries to express our worrying. We come back to see the Prime Minister again in order to tell him about our preoccupation. We are really satisfied of our demands, A commission will be set up to speak to the Prime Minister so as to resolve our problems. After that, the victims of the rare disease needs solidarity from the nation. They are living in a difficult situation. They live far from the population. A minority of the population is affected by this disease. Prime Minister Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga is open to everybody. He is ready to bring his support to everybody.
Great harvest for the high-level mission which has just visited China. Malians and Chinese have agreed to finance 4 hydroelectric projects, a solar power plant, 2 spinning units on behalf of the CMDT, road construction as well a gold refining unit. Bilateral, commercial and economic relations between Mali and China are resuming after 4 years of hibernation due to COVID. Mamari Kone and Angel Damele for translation.
Mali is working in order to strengthen relationship with China regarding the relaunching of economic and trade cooperation. This was in short the main points of the way bill drawn by transition president to his delegation, which stays in China. On the political level, it should be noted a common views between the two countries on all major issues, such as the subjects of human rights. On the economics level, important exchange were held. This should allow our country, which suggests a good solution to begin its development. In terms of financial and technical cooperation, projects for the building of a gold refining unit and a file in the fight against diabetes were selected. The delegation's visit was also marked by an immersion within certain Chinese black companies with which the Malian government works. This is China Hydro through Greek Power China, the main subsidiary of Covec and Huawei specializing in digital development. This company, which employs more than 1,000 people in Mali, is transition president's point of view for digital development. After the positive negotiation, according to Minister Job, time is for monitoring the selected projects. This should lead to the signing of a document in favor of our two countries. In addition to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, head of the delegation included the Minister of Economics and Finance, Aluseni Sanu, that of Industry and Trade, Musa Alassane Diallo, to advisors to the transition president and other personalities.
The Office of the Auditor General presents its 2022 annual reports on the fight against corruption to members of the National Civil Society Council and civil society organization. It is a question of members of a civil society appropriating the content of this document, which takes stock of the financial irregularities in Mali. Ablaye Sako and Ramata Ali Gise for Mali News.
On Monday, December 4, 2023, was the hearing for the opening ceremony of the National Anti-Corruption Week, presided over by the Minister for the Refundation of the State and Relation with Institution, Mr. Ibrahim Ikassa Maiga. Organized by the Central Office for the Fight Against Illicit Enrichment, OCLEI, this 2023 edition has the theme United Nations Convention Against Corruption at 20 Uniting the World Against Corruption. The aim of the week is to raise awareness of anti-corruption issues and the role of the convention in preventing and combating this scourge. They underlined the resolute commitment of the transition president, head of state, His Excellency Colonel Assimi Goïta, in this fight, affirming that the government action program drawn up under the aegis of the Prime Minister aims for exemplary governance by combating illicit enrichment, corruption, misappropriation of public assets, and above all, impunity. They also stressed the importance of putting people at the heart of this fight, underlining that the refoundation of the state is irreversible and relies on the moralization of public action and a collective awareness of public goods for the country's emergence.
The week of the 27th session of the Democratic Inquiry Space ended Sunday evening with a total of 599 files received, interpellations relating to debt payment, land, and access to administrative documents. The president of the honorary jury insisted on the diligence of all the files selected. Yusuf Jakite and Angel Dambele for Mali News.
This 27th session of the Meeting for Democratic Issues ended at the International Conference Center of Bamako. This year, questions focused on land debts and administrative documents. After greeting his colleagues for the works done, the head of the jury invited the actors to be more equal in handling the ongoing documents because he said the EID must be a means for the people to address their concerns. The Minister for State's Rebirth representing the Prime Minister noted that the suggestion will be processed. As far as the next EID meetings concern, it will take place in Bamako International Center.
Mali-Burkina Faso cooperation is strengthening in the judicial field. A delegation of magistrates from the Burkina Faso Court of Cassation was in Bamako during an exchange session with the Supreme Court of Mali. The two courts share experiences in the matter of cassation technique. Mali and Burkina, in the midst of a major overhaul, intend to make their judicial architecture more efficient in meeting the current expectation of a litigant in their countries. The opening point of this session with Arjumatina and Ramata Ali Gise for English Time.
Linked by history and geography, Mali and Burkina Faso are pooling their effort in a number of areas to meet the challenges they face. A delegation from the Court of Faso's Cassation, headed by its president, is in Bamako to strengthen judicial cooperation between Mali and Burkina Faso. It is the start of a partnership between the two judicial institutions, which could soon result in a meeting between councillors from the Burkina Faso Court of Cassation and councillors from the Malian Supreme Court. It is the start of the partnership, a federation in the interest of our justice and our two peoples. According to the president of the Supreme Court of Mali, this is the moment of a partnership between the two judicial institutions, which could soon result in a meeting between the councillors of the Cassation Court of Burkina Faso and the councillors of the Supreme Court of Mali. Their discussion focused on the shared vision of two states. We share the same history, the same geography, and we also share common challenges. Challenges of security, but also challenges in the fight against financial and economic delinquency, as presented this morning, declared the president of Mali's Supreme Court. Furthermore, he believes that this is the moment for Burkina Faso and Mali to further our initiative in the interest of both peoples who have a real need for justice. They need security and they really need their fundamental interests to be preserved, concluded the president of Mali's Supreme Court.
The new governor of Kidal has well arrived, accompanied by his entire cabinet, as well as all the technical and financial services of the region. General El Haj Ak Gamou received a warm welcome from the population. It should work toward the rapid return of basic social services to the region. Report Sidi El Mehdi Ak Al-Baka and Gassou Jara for Mali News.
After the liberation of Kidal on December 14, the army forces and security of Mali set free Kidal. The population of Kidal is extremely excited about the comeback of the administration forever The new governor of Kidal, El Hadji Gamou, is a hope for the population of Kidal. The new governor, El Hadji Gamou, has just come to live in the administrative city. The new governor of Kidal, El Hadji Gamou, spoke. In this morning, I have come with all administration. We get back to Kidal forever. All institutions and services have come back here to Kidal. Everybody is here. We call all people to get back to Kidal in order to overcome all problems. The comeback of the administration is a political will. The authorities of the transition would like to restore the authority of the state and to take over all the territory of the country. The military forces of Mali stand up anywhere in Kidal. They bring security and stabilization in Kidal. Then the authority of the state should be respected by everybody.
Saturday, 9th December 2023 was a great day for those who bought plots with the program DANAYA during these 6 months. More than 30 documents have been handed over by the initiators. In the presence of Mayor of Communique 4 and many other personalities, the beneficiaries or the representatives have received the document of their plot. Follow the interview of the initiators.
Musa Adam Kubiwari. This project is for Malian living abroad. I initiated in order to help them. I learned more from the other that the Malians living abroad are facing multiple challenges regarding how to get home in their own lands. This is why I implemented that project here in Mali, my homeland. Around 30 people have get their home documents. This was an initiative that myself called Edition Danaya. This means the one who relies on our company receive their document. They paid their money within 6 months. This was my dream. When I have got my master degree, I plan to initiate this project in order to help those who live abroad, especially our Malians. I would like however to enhance this project in the coming days for all Malians who desire to get home in Mali.
Angel and her team will help us to know why the behavior of the young people do not give hope to some old people. Follow their interview.
Why our behaviors don't give hope to some old people, I mean young people behaviors.
So it is just because those who are old, the old people, so they can see many things even by sitting. As we used to say, Coach Shimon Odrago used to say this. So you have to see before you get it. So the old people, they can see before the young people become what they will become in the future. So then they can see on them that the behavior will lead to something very bad in the future. So that's why they cannot accept, they cannot agree with this like this. So then what is the issue is that, so we have to divide this situation into 2 parts. The first one is if you see someone behaving badly and during your generation when you were young, you were not behaving like the same thing, you may think that the person is behaving badly. So that's why they are blaming them, because they can see new behavior with them, then social media, drug addiction, so many other smoking, so they can see so many things on them. But however, there are some young people, so their behavior is not bad, but it is just because our parents, the old people, didn't do that when they were young. Like for example, someone who has a good project, he would like to realize that in the future. So when you explain that to someone who didn't do it, okay, when he was young, he will say, this project will be so much difficult for you. How can you realize this? It is because the young people has read some books, as Nelson Mandela used to say. So a nation which reads is a nation which wins. So that's why there is misunderstanding between parents and the current generation, the 21st century. So this situation, I think there is no debate on this. So everybody should understand it the way he or she can understand it.
First, my name is Ali Kone. I'm a student at École Normale Supérieure de Bamako. I'm doing master. So this question is quite simple. You know, what we should first put in mind is that if we the young people are here today, it's because some people were here before us. And it's quite clear that after us, some people also will be here. And one day also we will become parent of some people. And if we have some kind of behavior which are really harmful or which cannot lead us to a great future, it's normal for our parents to have a worry or not to have hope for us, because we are going to be the future of the country one day. And a young man should always have a vision for me. You should have a goal and work on it seriously so that you can become a great personality one day. But this is very different from what many young people are doing today. If you take the case of, especially in city, most of the young people, what matters them is going to ghetto, taking drugs or alcohol, things like this. So they don't care about studies, they don't care about preparing their future or things like this. So if you are a parent of some children who do not care or who does not care about their future or their life, so it's normal for you not to have a hope. You'll think that one day the country will not have people who will lead it, or you think that your family will not have somebody in the future who will be the head of the family. And the parents have right to really worry. And it is normal for them to not have a hope for some children.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today. But stay connected. We propose you a lesson. This lesson is presented by Gasu Jara. Follow.
Okay, fine, thanks. This morning we have a lesson about the simple past tense. Okay, I'm going to give you the definition about the lesson. The definition is the simple past tense is used to describe an action in the past. Okay, that is the definition. When you did an action in the past, you know how to use the interrogative form. Okay, about interrogative form, we use a did. You know, we use a did to make interrogative form. Okay, you see on the blackboards, we use a did to make interrogative in the simple past. Okay, if you want to make a sentence in the simple past, it is an obligation to use a did. Okay, did is the auxiliary. After did, you is the subject, and learn is the verb. Okay, did you learn? That is, you know, the form, interrogative form. Okay, did you learn your lessons last night? Okay, this sentence is in the simple past. Okay, and did is the auxiliary, you is the subject, and learn is the verb. Okay, if you want to make, an interrogative sentence, it is important to use the did and the you, the subject and the verb. Did you see teacher yesterday? Donc simple past, ça correspond à l'imparfait, ça correspond aussi au passé simple. Ok, bon donc maintenant, quand vous voulez maintenant faire une phrase interrogative, au simple past, bon donc il est très important pour vous d'utiliser did. Bon donc pour faire une phrase interrogative au passé, nous utilisons did. Did est suivi du sujet et encore plus le verbe. Bon donc did plus le sujet plus le verbe est la forme interrogative. Did she take the picture? Okay, that is the interrogative form. Okay, after that, did you go to school last week? Est-ce qu'il est allé à l'école la semaine dernière? Bon, donc maintenant vous avez vu did plus le sujet plus le verbe plus l'infinitif du verbe. Par exemple ici, vous n'écrivez pas le prétérit, vous écrivez seulement l'infinitif du verbe. Vous avez vu did après did, le sujet et encore l'infinitif du verbe et non le prétérit. Ok, did he go to school last week? But then after that, I'm going to talk about, you know, negative form. About negative form, we use didn't. Okay, didn't plus the verb is the negative form. I didn't watch TV last night. Je n'ai pas regardé la télé la nuit dernière. Bon, donc maintenant, Pour exprimer la forme négative, nous utilisons didn't, didn't plus l'infinitif du verbe. Par exemple, watch, c'est le verbe regarder. I didn't watch TV last night. Je n'ai pas regardé la télé la nuit dernière. Bon, donc après ça, after that, she didn't eat yesterday. Elle n'a pas mangé hier, ok. Bon, donc après ça, he didn't go on holiday last year. Bon, donc il n'est pas allé en vacances l'année dernière. Il n'est pas allé en vacances l'année dernière. Okay, I'm talking about, negative form, and it is necessary for you how to use negative form in the simple past. And for that, I'm going to tell you, if you use negative form in the simple past, you use didn't, after didn't, the verb, infinitive verb, okay? I didn't watch, she didn't eat, he didn't go, okay? After that, we have some expression. We use this expression, to make the sentence in the simple past. Okay, last night, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, etc. But then, in this case, it is important for you to know how to make the sentence in the simple past. So, about the definition, we say when an action, an action is finished, okay, at this time, you use simple past. Okay, last night I saw you. Okay, last night is an expression about simple past, and I make the sentence. When I make the sentence, I use last night. Okay, last night describes the past. Okay, last night I saw you. Ça dit que ici nous utilisons des expressions pour former la phrase au simple past, okay, au passé. Pour former la phrase au passé, donc nous utilisons des expressions. Par exemple, nous avons dit que quand l'action est terminée, en ce moment, on utilise le passé en anglais. Donc la nuit dernière, donc vous avez fait une action la nuit dernière, cette action est terminée. En ce moment, vous utilisez le passé en anglais. I want to thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching us. We will be together next Saturday, Sunday, same time, same channel, ORTMY. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.